everybody, this is Richard, and welcome back to Making Something from Nothing. And I got a little lathe project a customer wants me to do. I'm not really sure what it's for, but this is what we got going on. I need to turn down to 1/2 inch a bar that's 15.5 inches long and put some 1/13 threads on both sides, and he needs a bushing made, and I need to make 2 of these. 2 bars, 2 bushings. And as luck will have it, the only thing I have in stock is 1 inch bar. So we're going to go ahead and turn that down by 1/4 inch. And this bar here is a 1/2 inch. And as luck will have it again, the only thing I have in stock that's long enough is some 5/8 bar. So if you want to sit back and watch some machining, we're going to make 4 parts. Well, the project calls for 2 of these, but for this video I'm just going to show you 1. And the first thing I'm going to do is face off both ends and take it right down to 15.5 inches. Contact. We need more than that. So we need to take 62.5 off the radius. I'm going to start off with, let's try 30 thousandths and see if we can't get some nice chips coming off of this thing. This is crappy hot rolled, so let's give it a shot. Let's see what this looks like. Oh boy, it looks like crap. He switched tools. Okay, that's a little better. Not much, but... Now on the last job that I did, I took it down to diameter on the first shot. The surface finish was perfect. I swear. Chips are pretty manageable. Being my first lathe, I'm pretty happy with it. It's not real heavy duty, but then again, neither was my wallet when I was shopping. This is a 1/2 inch tool, and so I don't have to keep breaking out the calipers all the time when I approach a 1/2 inch. Just just going to set the spring calipers to a 1/2 inch. Open it up a little bit. This way I can kind of check the bar as I go along. We're getting close. Well, I was going to take a measurement until my micrometers grew legs. Let me go find them. Alright, where are you hiding? Ah. Well, I'm guessing we're going to be somewhere around 530 thousandths. And we're at 525, so a little bit more to go. And the less I take, the stringier the chips. Typical with carbide. So I got about 8 thousandths to go. I was hoping to be a little bit closer. Okay, so I've got the shear tool you guys always see me use in, and I'm just going to bring it up against the bar, put just a little bit of pressure on it, and bring it off. And I moved it to the slowest feed rate. And we'll see if we can't get a really nice finish on this. Putting off a chip like that. I've gotten a number of jobs in this month, but really nothing that really seemed worth filming. Drilling a couple holes in some flat bar and doing some tapping for a couple of customers, but if I put out a video, I'd rather put out some type of project. I don't like showing just bits and pieces of other projects, or showing you tools over in my box, or walking around in the shop talking about equipment. I like watching machining videos, and I figure if I'm going to put one out, it's going to be something worthwhile. Even if it's a small, easy project like this. This is one of them jobs that, as a little job shop, you love it. But here's a really good look at the chips that are coming off of that shear tool. Make your own steel wool out of it. You got to be careful running these up against a shoulder, which we're coming up on. You cannot dig this thing into a shoulder. You're going to be having a bad day, because the bottom is going to reach the shoulder before the top. So I'm going to probably stop about 1/8 of an inch away from that shoulder. And the bottom of the bar is getting the bottom of the tool is getting close, so I'm going to stop right there. So let's get us a measurement. A little bit under a 1/2 inch is going to be perfect. So at 496, so that'll work. Okay, so I don't forget which side is which. This is the side that I want the 7/8 of threads on. So I'll just move that over to 7/8. Which is there. May as well put our chamfer on now. For the lead in for the threading tool. So we'll go ahead and flip this guy around. And we'll take this material off that we were chucked up on. First I'm going to put a center in that to support it, because I'm going to be threading this side here. And I like to support the work when I'm threading, if I can. Wipe this thing off here. One, two, and three. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the lathe set up for threading, and we'll do a 1/2-13 on that guy. And we're spot on. And this should be spot on. Beautiful. Well, considering that this is for lawn equipment, polishing this thing up isn't really necessary, but this is brand new parts for the brand new customer, and I want to make it look like somebody actually cared about what they were doing. So we're going to polish it up a little bit. Now I need to go ahead and from this 1-foot bar make 2 spacers that are 2 3/8. Now before the safety police blows up the comment section, I do not recommend you guys doing this at home, especially people new to machining. And I know what my lathe is capable of, and I'm very slowly going to go ahead and put a center in the end of this. It's running very true. I'm at a slow RPM. I've got 4.5 inches of it inside this chuck, and I'm going to slowly poke a center in here so I can support it. So again, I don't recommend it. I do have a steady rest, but I don't feel like going through all the trouble of setting it up. So I'm going to very slowly put a center in right there. So now we got it supported, and I'll take some measurements and trim that OD down to 750 thousandths, 3/4 of an inch or 19 millimeters. Okay, this is the length of the 2 bushings plus a little bit for facing. Well, I haven't cut this down on the lathe yet, so I'm not sure how this steel here is going to cut. So I'm just going to dial in 10 thousandths, 20 off the OD, and take the skin off this thing. Forgot to dial in 10. Let's make it 12. That stuff is cutting nice. Let's take 20. I think this bar is A36. Probably just some common mild steel. I think we're going to try 25 thousandths on the depth of cut, and I'm going to increase the feed rate to the maximum. Well, the surface finish couldn't get any worse, I'll tell you that. So I'm trying out a new tool. I flipped a boring bar around to ride on this side of the Aloris tool post, so we're going to give it a shot. gets better. Just trying to find a tool to give me a good finish so I don't have to sit there and sand that thing. Alright, that one's already faced off, so let me take a measurement, see what I got to take off here. Well, first we're going to drill a pilot hole with a 5/16. Then I'm going to come back with a 31/64 and then ream it 1/2 inch. And we'll give it a quick deburr. Well, I got both bushings finished up. There's very little slop, but it's a nice sliding fit. I'm actually real happy with the job. I'm sure my customer will be. Everything is exactly as is drawing, and I wish I could have knocked it out a little bit faster, but I'm kind of limited by the small equipment that I have. This is Richard. The channel is Making Something from Nothing. I'd appreciate if you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, leave me a comment. If you didn't like the video, don't hit the dislike. And in ending this video, I'm going to leave you with a little clip of some footage from a vacation that I took back in November with my brothers down in the Florida Keys. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and I'll catch you next time on the next video.
This is where you always got to have that rod ready. You never know what you're going to get into. Okay, come over here, Make it behind you. Never gaff ahead of the fish. Nice. Nice bull, baby!
Oh, yeah!
Yeah! Woo!
That's a nice fish.
Very nice fish. Look at that. Perfect hooking right in the corner of his mouth.
Damn, bro.
All right. Set that rod and run over.